Hello everybody and welcome back to our podcast, Mom and Son. I am Manav and this is my mom,
Monika.
And in today's podcast, what are we going to do?
We're going to talk about this amazing resource in our life, which we call food. Food is our life. So, Manav, why don't you just share what does food mean to you?
Well, food is like you have to eat it. It helps you. It's like a balance in between good and bad.
Oh, what do you mean to say is food, but the choices we make, it can be either a good choice or bad choice.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So when you mean a balanced word, that means we try to find a good balance between our nutritious need meal with some fun sometimes meal. Yeah. So I don't want to use junk food or bad food because food is food. I want to phrase this as everyday food or sometime food.
That's better.
Yeah. So can you give some examples of everyday food?
So, everyday food is like the nutrition you need. Like fruits. So, basically, there's this thing called a food pyramid. At the top, it's like the sugary stuff. But then below that, there's the dairy products.
So that's the second in the pyramid. So anything down?
So, below that is vegetables. And not fruits and vegetables, just vegetables.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because like vegetables are more important than food. I mean not food. Fruit. Yeah.
Yeah, probably because of sugar.
Yeah.
Fruit has, Or you might have something to say.
Fruit does have sugar, but it's like natural sugar. But like so back to vegetables. And it's recommended to eat 2.5 bowls of fruit every day, I think. I mean, vegetables. Like, that is a lot of vegetables.
That is a lot of vegetables. And can I ask you, do you eat that lot of vegetable? Be honest.
No, maybe half a bowl.
Yeah, sometimes you don't even know that you are eating vegetable because mom becomes creative and
sneaks in.
But now I want to get away from sneaking in.
To showing it.
Yes, for you. With your brother, yes, he's still young and he probably will fight. So we want to sneak. We have to probably to give him nutritious meal. But for you, I think we are big enough now to understand the need of proper meal. So no more sneaking around. Yeah?
Yeah. Below vegetables is fruit. Like apples, tomatoes, bananas, oranges. Like they're all very nutritious. And they have also both vegetables and fruit. I think. Both vegetables and fruit. They have zinc, vitamins, and
some other vitamins.
Yeah.
So that's the pyramid.
Almost.
Yep.
So then there's good meat like chicken and turkeys, egg, fish. They also have zinc and vitamin.
Protein.
Protein and vitamins. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, you were looking for protein word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just popped out of my mind.
Iron is another good one for children. Yeah.
And calcium.
Oh, yeah.
Calcium is good for your teeth and
bones.
Bones. That's good meat, and it's recommended to have 1 egg one day. And so after that, it's a very long word.
Carbohydrates?
I think it's carbohydrates.
The short term is carb. I think everybody know it as a carb.
So carbs or carbohydrate, they are like rice, lentils, grains, cereal, bread, and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
that's the end of pyramid, or
that's the bottom.
So if we summarize it, top
is
sweet, sugar.
Below,
what comes after sugar?
Dairy.
And
vegetables.
Fruits.
Carbs.
Meat.
Carbs.
So sweet,
dairy,
vegetables. Let's do it again. Sweet, dairy, vegetables, fruit, meat, carbs.
Carbs.
Yeah.
It's good meat, so not just all meat. Good meat.
Good meal. And you love sugar. Now can you see why mommy is always after Manav? Sugar is not everyday food. Because if you see that pyramid,
the top is the smallest part.
Exactly. So should we eat the smallest part more or the
biggest?
Exactly.
So basically, it's like also a chart of how you eat it and how small or how big.
Yeah, and that's why mommy goes, Manav, Moksh, we need to eat rice, dal, pasta.
Also, pasta is
A
a part of,
roti.
pasta is also a carb.
It is.
Also, there is this famous saying called an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Oh yeah, where did you hear that from?
I don't know. I heard it from my
these
teacher.
random things everywhere.
I heard it from my teacher.
But the bottom line is, if we base on that pyramid, so every time you eat and you are growing up, you will be an adult one day. You will probably cook your meal yourself. Today your daddy is cooking your meal. You are still young, but one day you will cook your own meal. So the idea is to always keep that pyramid should be something that you enjoy. So you should look at your plate. Even you are eating a piece of cake, you should be enjoying that. So you should be watching your plate and not thinking, oh my god, it is rice again, I don't want to eat it, or I want to eat my cake only. Why do I have to eat these green vegetables? The idea should be, you look at your plate and you say, oh, this is so colorful, this is so beautiful. I've got a little bit of vegetable, I've got some rice, I've got some chicken.
I wonder how it will taste like if I mix them all together.
Yeah. And at the end, you can have a little bit of sweet. One thing, because I can't say no to sweet all the time. So mommy, being smart mommy, mommy is trying to swap those processed sweet treats with some homemade sweet laddus or fruits, really.
Yeah.
So we have some mango at the end of the meal. So instead of dessert, instead of processed dessert, we have some mangoes. Instead of ice cream, we have frozen blueberries. That's a perfect swap I have done in our house.
It's both frozen, but instead of sugar, there's nutrition.
Absolutely. Remember once Moksh was into this ice cream? Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A big summer. Yeah, he would go to the freezer and
I want ice cream almost like every day.
Every day. So once we finish the tub, we have stopped buying ice cream
for a very long time.
Yeah, and we've swapped that with frozen berries.
And now he goes to the fridge and I'm like, and he was like, can I have some frozen blueberries? Or like some blueberries?
So he says blueberries, I think.
No, I think he says blueberries.
Yeah. So that's it. It does not have to be dramatic. It does not have to be so much of negativity. Food is food. We should enjoy eating, but in moderation. That's what I say. And what have you learned about ingredients? What do we do when we go
when we go to the store, if we think it might be healthy, we go to the back, we check the ingredients, even though we might not be able to read them. We check if there's any numbers. At first I was like, when I saw percentages, I was like, oh, mommy, there's numbers. We can't have this. And then I gave it to you and you're like, no, there isn't. And then you told me it was percentages.
Also, the less of the ingredient is the better. So one practice we do as a family, and I'm sharing this with everybody, Manav knows, is we see. We always check the ingredients. Whatever, if it is a packaged food with fresh produce like fruit and vegetables and milk, meat, pasta and whatever, fresh produce we don't have to check. It is what it is. Yeah. However, I found something interesting in yogurt, but I'll keep that for later. But with packaged stuff, we always,
Even with juices.
always, without a fail, we have a habit of flipping.
Turning it back.
Looking
for the ingredients.
Yes.
Looking for the numbers.
That's it. And the lesser the ingredient is better to start with. We try to stay away from artificial colors and any numbers, and really
Except percentages, of course.
except percentages. So the rule of thumb is if it has a lot of numbers such as 405, 406, 303, 309 or along those lines, if it has a lot of numbers, that's a big no.
No.
No. And if it has artificial color, it looks so bright, it looks so tempting to eat, and it is so bright. We try and stay away from that also.
It might have 0 numbers and less ingredients, but they take out one ingredient, the artificial color.
Artificial color is not good for the brain. No.
When I mean by take out like one ingredient, I don't mean by like literally on the fruit, on the like food, but like basically on the ingredients when they write it down, they don't write like artificial colors.
Sometimes they don't write artificial color. There are numbers or names that we can't even pronounce, or we don't even know what that means.
And
right?
maybe that might just be a made-up word for artificial colors.
Yeah.
Or the numbers might be a made-up number. Like, numbers might be like a code name or something.
Exactly. So when we first started to exercise this, you were a little bit frustrated because all your
favorite stuff.
Yeah. Can you share what you exactly felt and how do you feel now? Can you see why mommy is doing this? Yeah.
So like sometimes I used to get like really dragged into stuff like chips. I'm like, Mommy, can I have this? Daddy, can I have that? And then we put it on our trolley. Then we go to Mommy, and then
Mommy is the inspector.
Yeah, we give it to her. She checks it, and she's like, this has too much numbers. It's too unhealthy. So I put it back. And then they taught me like how to look for the numbers. So then now I look for the numbers. And sometimes I might even just guess if there's numbers, and there might actually be. And sometimes I avoid those stuff that's really tempting. Sometimes I might get tempted, but I'm practicing to avoid them.
Yeah.
And only the ones that are super tempting, check.
Yeah, good on you. Thank you for understanding where we're coming from. Also, another thing that we do is if Manav sees a new drink or new biscuit or new chocolate that his friends have tried and he wants to try, we're flexible with that.
Yeah.
You can try once, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You know, we will
so
not.
I can feel the taste.
Yes. And when you are talking with your friends, you can share your experience. You've had, oh yeah, I've had that chips, or I've had that chocolate.
Or I had that new Oreo.
Yeah, and that's it. No more going on and eating those things.
Unless it's like, this doesn't really happen, but it might be like, maybe we're going for snacks and like that's the only snacks left. But that doesn't really happen. But
we're snacking on other things.
Uh-huh.
We are snacking on fruits. We're snacking on cheese. We're snacking on some healthy chips also. And we are also snacking on makhana, which Manav calls Nepali popcorn, but it's not Nepali popcorn. It's makhana.
You told me.
Not. I did tell you because I had no other way to explain that. But now I'm telling you it's not.
You changed my perspective of seeing that.
Well, you can still call it Nepali popcorn.
Because it does look like a popcorn. And it does originate in Nepal. So
no, it's a subcontinent food. Like you can find in India, Pakistan, Nepal. It's a very good, super nutritious.
And that's why you pack that for my recess more than anything else.
I do, because you need good recess so that you can fuel you up. It will fill you up and you are ready for the learning throughout the day. So if you eat lots of biscuits, lollies, it will give you energy for quick half an hour, and then when there is actual time to learn your math, your science or writing, then your blood sugar will go zoom, and then you will feel tired because the sugar spikes up. As quick as it spikes up, it will go down as quickly also. So you'll feel lethargic. You'll feel like, my brain is not working.
What's going on? I just want to go home.
Yeah.
I want to sleep.
Exactly. So when you have a good recess or good snack, then it will fill you up until the lunchtime. End of the day. So basically food is a fuel. Food is a fuel. That's it. Yeah.
And it basically, that fuels me up. And then I have recess. And that's kind of when my fuel starts going down. Like by the last 10 minutes, like the first 10 minutes before recess, my fuel starts going down. And by the time recess starts, my fuel is down. And then I start eating, my fuel goes back up. Then I have the rest of recess, 2 hours until lunch. Then it'll go down. Then I'll have lunch. It'll go up and it'll go down until I have snacks.
Yeah.
Which is like after school.
Yeah, you call it snacks, but in my world, it is a proper meal when you come back from home or
it's like
school.
A second home meal for school days.
Cool. Now, if you want to share quickly, before we wrap up, if you want to share quickly about different foods or new foods or different cuisines that you have tried when you have traveled the world, and we're not worrying about healthy or unhealthy here. We're just talking about
food in general.
Exploration of food in general, because when we travel, we don't stick with
normal stuff
and
Macca's or fast food or stuff like that.
So do you want to quickly share what you have tried when you have traveled?
Well, I went to Denmark. We went to Denmark once, and we had some Danish pastries. I had like this chocolate donut-y type, and it was so good. And also, we went to Coffin Bay last year, and we went to an oyster farm. So there was this oyster table on like
water.
It was like a beach side, but it wasn't too deep. It was just like maybe a few steps away from the water, I think. So it wasn't that much of a hassle going deep. We sat on there, and I think we picked up oysters and actually opened them and ate them.
You were brave enough to eat. I was not. I could not eat them. Mommy is not as brave as you.
Yeah. But we didn't eat the shell. I think we ate
we can't. We can't.
The shells are too hard. The shells.
Yeah.
So we ate inside. But it was really fun. Like sitting in the ocean, putting your hand in the water, kicking around. Sometimes maybe fish going around you.
Now, you've tried sushi. You
like
sushi? Yes, that's
sushi.
Japanese.
Oh, sushi, I love it. The first time I had sushi, I fell in love with it. It was so good. I just love sushi.
Before we wrap up, I again remember one beautiful story of the egg. The egg. I think it's worth sharing for the kids who are struggling to try new food and just expand their palette of food. Manav has a beautiful egg story to share, and we'll wrap up.
Okay, so when I was born until I was 3, I had an allergy of it. When I was 3, I grew out of it. But then for the past 6 years, so from when I grew out of it till now, I did not eat eggs. Okay, so I did not eat eggs.
You did
yes.
not like eating eggs,
Like
but
eating eggs?
mommy used to
Yeah.
disguise and
Yeah.
put it in pancakes and stuff, but you didn't know. Yeah.
My dad gave me a challenge that if I eat a certain amount of eggs in a month, I tried having eggs on omelette and it was a success. And now I love eggs. They're so good on omelette, especially with ketchup, and I have them for breakfast.
So you taught your brain to do what?
To persevere, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I taught my brain to persevere, to go keep trying, and to eat that egg. Sometimes my brain is like, no, I don't want to. But I'm like, brain, I know you control me, but please, let's at least try a few more times. And then we'll see, no eggs or yes eggs. And both me and my brain decided, yes eggs.
Cool. So this is a beautiful example. We can take one, if we have a fussy eater at home, we can take one item a time. Let's not introduce everything at one time.
Because
he'll
make it more fussy.
Exactly. We can take one good item at a time and slowly
help.
Introduce it. Another thing with Manav is actually eating vegetables. He can eat vegetables. Like I don't have to disguise them anymore. So again, it took us years, but we are finally there. So perseverance is a great word from parent side also, and if we do not give up, there is a way. There is a way. Again, it will be a too long podcast, so we don't want to go into nitty-gritty of it, but more than happy to share in the same topic. If you want to know more, please let us know in the comments down below, or reach out to me if you know me. But for now, we'll just not get into nitty-gritty. But yeah, one food at a time works really well. So thank you for listening to us. We've enjoyed sharing our story, and we'll
Please
be back.
like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week. Bye.
See you. Bye.